and the roads and bridges that connect our communities. And when businesses pay their taxes, they are contributing to the growth and development of Uganda's economy. They are helping to build a stronger, more prosperous nation for us all. So when you pay your taxes, you are investing in the future of Uganda and supporting the progress and development of our nation. Uganda is because of you.
Uganda Revenue Authority, developing Uganda together.
Yokato, this is a quick call. I'm almost out of minutes. Now, the center.
Why rush through such important conversations? Airtel Uganda has made it possible for you to call across all networks in Uganda at the best rates with the new Bona voice bundles. Stay connected anytime, anywhere, with minutes valid for calls on all networks. Dial *100*1#. Select voice bundles and select Bona voice bundles today.
Airtel, a reason to imagine.
Juko.
Yo.
What you go? Check the shopping, man. What's your secret?
Haven't you heard of the parish development model PDM?
Yes, I did, but I thought it was just a talk.
No, Sebatia. It is real. I and a few friends together formed a circle, accessed money from the PDM, invested in a portrait project, and now things are moving.
Juko. I thought I was one of your friends.
You are.
But you left me behind.
I didn't leave you in poverty. What you do, just visit your LC2 chairperson and your parish chief and start the process of economic transformation. Just like that.
Okay.
The parish development model is an initiative from the government of Uganda through the Ministry of Local Government designed to transform all lives of Ugandans for the better. PDM, my parish, my development, my life.
These days, our homes are no longer just the places we live. It's where we attend meetings, go to class, keep each other safe, and entertain ourselves. To do this smoothly, you need a reliable internet connection. Buy the MTN WakaNet router, which connects up to 32 devices and gets a free 40 GB data bundle at only 149,000 shillings. Or buy the MTN WakaNet MiFi at only 75,000 shillings and enjoy a free 15 GB bundle to stream, study, work, and play on the go. Visit any MTN service center to buy the MTN WakaNet router or MiFi and enjoy the internet that does amazing things.
Welcome back. You are still watching the Lunchtime News. With me in studio is Virginia Nkwanzi Singoma, the country manager for Ipsos Uganda. We are going to discuss the National Audience Measurement Survey that was released earlier this year. Now, before we go into that, for those that do not know what Ipsos is about, could you just briefly tell us what it's about?
Great. Thank you very much, Rhoda, and good afternoon, viewers. So Ipsos is a global research organization. By global, I mean we cover about 90 countries, over 90 countries globally, and we are the third largest research organization. We have been in existence for a good number of years, since 1975, and then in Uganda we've been present since 1994, mainly doing research, media monitoring, and market research, development research. We handle research across what I would call over 17 service lines. Okay. So we ideally do research across all sectors and different, covering different themes, using different methodologies. In Africa, we cover the whole of Africa, and we're present in 8 countries, but covering the whole of Africa. Yes.
So today we are talking about audience measurement,
Yes.
the audience measurement survey. What were your findings? Some of the critical points of your findings.
Yeah, maybe before I get into telling you about our findings, I could first talk about what we mean by audience measurement. Audience measurement falls under one of the services that we offer, and that is media research.
Yes.
So under media research, we have what we call media monitoring, where we monitor everything that goes through the media, including television, radio, print, online. So we monitor everything, all content. And then at the same time, we also measure audience habits.
Okay.
So the audience habits is actually the survey that we did recently and released sometime last week. So what do we find in this survey? This survey is very important for advertisers. And what we measure is how the media scene is changing.
Yes.
Who is listening to what radio station, who is watching which television station, what kind of media are people consuming, and we do, so from this study you're able to find, you know, who is it that actually consumes different media, how is the media being used, at what time of the day, and at different times of the day, what media are people consuming? Is it internet? Is it newspapers? Is it you know, is it print media? Is it television? Is it radio? And what are those? What are the different profiles of media consumers do we have in Uganda? And by the way, we don't just do it in Uganda, but we across Africa, we do audience measurement. So we're able to provide information both for Uganda and for other countries, showing different profiles of media consumers.
Why is it important that media houses and, in this case, media houses should be interested in this?
I think it's not just the media houses, but I'll maybe talk about the benefits of this research to different users, and I will start with the media houses since you've pointed that out. So first of all, as a media house, it's very important to know who your audience are. Who are you attracting? Many times as organizations, we set out and say, this is my target audience, or this is my target segment of customers. So for the media houses, for example, for instance, UBC, this survey would help you to know who your audience is. Are they young? Are they old? At what time do they actually consume this media? And that enables you to do the right programming, to also be able to understand what the landscape is so that you can target strategically, but at the same time to set your red card. So this is actually a good planning tool for you as a media house to understand how the market is within the space that you're playing, but also to see how best you target your customers or your audience. Another thing is that you're able to use it for red card structuring. So you know what your peak times are, you know what your low peak time are, you know who is watching and at different times of the day, and how you can target them. And also it helps you to understand how best to speak to your advertisers, your customers, the people who come to you for advertising, or for you to be able to send out the right information at the right time, targeting the right audience.
The right audience.
Yes.
Oh, okay. How often do you conduct these surveys?
So we've been doing this survey for the last 20 years now. Previously, we used to do it on like an annual basis, but we have realized of late that the media scene is changing and changing rapidly.
Yes.
So because of that, it has put a demand on us, given our mandate to to provide information to our clients and to different people for decision making. So we have started doing it more frequently, and so we since 20 21, we started doing it at least twice annually. Okay. Yes. So we'll do it twice a year, and we have a sample of 6,000. So the first, like every wave, we do a sample of 3,000, and then so like for example, now we've done 3,000, we'll do another 3,000 in the next couple of months. So in a year, you'll have a total sample of 6,000. So we'll do it twice a year, so that we're able to provide information continuously to enable the media users, the advertisers, the media houses, and the advertisers, well, you know, the advertising agencies to plan better for their clients. Yeah. So many of our, the advertisers actually rely on this information for planning their campaigns. So recency of information is very important to ensure that, you know, every plan is anchored in the evidence from this research.
Okay.
Yeah.
So can we now talk about some of the highlights from this recent survey?
Great. A lot of interesting information. First of all, to mention that Uganda now has got at least an audience of about 24 million people. And here I'm talking about people who are the age of 15 years and above, because those are the people that we interviewed. Of course, there are other statistics provided by UCC, like for instance, there are 33 million phone subscribers. And why I bring this out is because of the different ways that people are interacting with the media and the way people are sampling media. So we have 33 million, say, phone subscribers. We have 25 like 0.7 million internet subscriptions. All those are, you know, media platforms that people are using. We have 24, according to our research, 24.6 million people who consume media. That is 15 years and above. So with all those media consumers, they keep moving from one media channel to another, and also within the same media channel, moving from one program to another. So when we look at the results, for example, we see that radio right now has got consumption of about 89%. Out of that 24.6 million media consumers. That is a bit of a decline.
That's what I wanted to actually say, because I feel we are moving on from some of these mainstream medias to things more like podcasts, or although such research would have to support that in your case.
I think it is still a very, very relevant media channel. So what we call mainstream, you know, radio, television, and like, they are still important media channels because of internet penetration. It may not be as high, and also given the different mix of you know, media consumer profiles, the audiences are different. You know, for instance, and also when we look at the access platforms. So yes, we have 33 million phone subscribers, but you see the number or the proportion of people that are on smartphones are very low. People still have feature phones, and so a feature phone is actually not one that you would use to access maybe internet, but many people would listen to radio on a feature phone. So it's like, you know, multi-platform kind of access that is also influencing the access to media. Yeah.
So what is explaining that slight decline you're talking about?
I think it's because we see other media like picking up, for instance, internet.
Yes.
Yeah, so you'll find the younger people are interacting more with the internet, which is right now at about 16% of, in terms of media incidents, that those are the people who at least had, according to our research, had accessed internet in the past 7 days. So because of that, there is, and then again, apart from the internet itself, the internet and maybe a radio itself, there are also different times of media consumption. So we see, for instance, that television has increased to 39% from 35%. So all those are actually, you know, the shifts, those shifts are kind of creating you know, a balance in terms of, you know, other media channels going down and others increasing. Yeah, so And then again, media doesn't just compete within the media itself. Like, you know, when people are in the office, for instance, they probably are not watching television or listening to radio. They could be doing other things. So there are other things that are competing with media consumption as well. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
How does an ordinary Ugandan access this report? If it has to inform maybe how they transact their businesses, how they re-strategize, how do they access this report?
So different ways. One, first of all, there is accessing it, and also there is understanding how to use it. So in terms of accessing it, it's available with us at Ipsos. When you reach out to us, we're able to provide you with this information. We sell it. It's because we invest in it, we invest money in it, and research is of value, so it's value for money. So the report is available. If one is buying like the national report, it's about 20 million Uganda shillings. But then we've also made it easier for example, people who, like for instance, the radio stations that are operating in maybe a given location. So we're able to kind of package it in ways that enable you to access only the component that you need. So we have different rate cards.
Is that also the same for startups?
Well, yes, depending on the coverage. So because it's a big data set and maybe you don't need the whole country data, what we'll do, if you come to us and say, this is what I want from this research, the beauty of it is that we've also transformed the way we do it, the way we deliver the research. So we are delivering it on a dashboard. So we give you access to the component that you want to use on a dashboard. So you're able to interrogate it to yourself, you're able to get you know, all the content that you need, but we'll only give you access for that component that you need to, that meets your need.
I am guessing you also offer the service of interpreting it. What does that look like?
So yes, we do. So what we'll do when someone approaches us, we'll send our team to come and talk to you on, first of all, the benefits of this information, how to navigate the dashboard, and how to get out the insights that you need. One of the things we're trying to do now for especially the media houses is we're also going to be running workshops. These workshops are not just to take the media houses through how to use this information, but generally how to look at media as a whole, how to read the market, how to use monitoring, and we'll also be charging this a very small fee, but we'll be able to, what we're trying to encourage is continuously people to use data for decision making. It is more important now than ever for people to make decisions that are informed, and we think that our data is very useful, especially this audience research and the media data. And then beyond that, also to see from this information, beyond just this audience research, what more does you know, an advertiser, an advertising agency, and a media house need to do from this information? And how best can they put it to use? So we'll be running those media workshops for the media houses at a small fee, but they are really invaluable. When I was growing up as a researcher, my junior years as a researcher, whenever this research would get out there, would come out, there are some stations that would call me, or media houses that would call me and say, you know, we have bought this information, but we need you to come and help us go through it. And I would spend a lot of time taking them through the findings. And I can tell you that all the media houses that have put this information to use back then, right now, they are still standing very strong, and they're some of the big brands that we are seeing.
Because they have a basis for the decisions they make. Where do you see the future of this survey in such a revolving world?
As Ipsos, we are committed to continuously do this research and to be able to provide the industry with reliable data for decision making, because it's very important. However, where I have seen success is where the industry, and when I talk about the industry, I mean the advertisers, the advertising agencies, and the media houses coming together and driving this initiative, because this information is for you. This information is very important to ensure continuity. As Ipsos right now, we're investing in it, but it will be important for the industry players to actually invest in it, to come up with what we call like the joint industry committee, so that this body is able to drive the decisions around this survey and ensuring that every media house, every advertiser, every advertising agency is actually using evidence to plan for media and also to drive their businesses.
Even to make
so
policies.
That's the future. To make policies, yes. So that's the future. That's where, as Ipsos, would wish this to go. And we're here to support, to make sure, you know, we set this up and also drive it, and we can advise on the best methodologies, how to use technology, because research is also evolving, and as a global organization we can tap into all the best technology that we can bring into the country to make sure that, you know, the research that we do is authentic, and it is also, you know, it enables our clients, you know, to be above the tide in terms of all these changing, the changing economy, the changing trends in terms of technology. So we'll always remain ahead of the curve in that area, and so we're able to bring it back here to all our clients and to our partners. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Virginia. And that does it for Lunchtime News. Thank you for sticking with us. I am Rhoda Ngonzi.
Inspiring Uganda.
My name is Damalisari, and I welcome you to this episode of the Ideation Corner. The Ideation Corner is a space where ideas are discussed and dissected. And today I host George Katuram,